Hello, Goes the family. Welcome back to Larry's Anything Goes. Hopefully, you guys are having a great and exceptional day. It's my first live in the new year of 2024, and it's my first today's forecast. We're all going to die in 2024, so it is a beautiful thing, as they say. Interesting times that we're living in. But anyways, let me check that. Let me do what I got to do. Boom, boom. All right, cool. Anyways, good times that we're living in, interesting times that we're living in. One thing I could say with sincerity, let me get my music going. There we go. I think I do go with the normal stuff that I usually use. There we go. Chill music. So anyways, at the end of the day, you know, if you don't know what today's forecast is, we're all gonna die. It's basically me mocking the media. And Cat Williams has been buzzing all over the media. If you've seen my if you've been on my Facebook page, Larry's Anything Goes LLC, if you've been on my TikTok, same name, Instagram, same name, and then certain videos that I've been able to post on YouTube without getting a copyright strike, of him, you know, just, you know, sticking it to Hollywood, sticking it to certain comedians that he's has no respect for, but he's kept it real. And you know what? At the end of the day, I got nothing but, in the age of fakeness, especially because of social media, I actually admire that there still are men, and I'm speaking about the men that are left that can keep it real and be straightforward to who they are, how they operate, what their intentions are. Because we live in such an age of fakeness. We live in such an age of, I got to post to the gram. We live in an age where I have to, you know, act like I'm something that I'm not. Take pictures in front of cars that I don't own. Take pictures in front of houses that I don't own. You know, wear overpriced clothing, but not show the amount of debt that one is in. You know, the jewelry. Like, we live in such a fake age right now. And I'm from the school of make $1 out of 15 cents. So for me, trying to be fancy and all that nonsense has never been my style. And when it's all, that's why I think that's another reason, not even I think, I know. This is why I've always vibed with folks that are from the LA area, and even parts in Atlanta, the entertainment districts of the country, even New York City, because people come out of those places having their own style. People come out of those places dressing like they want to dress, not trying to fit in, not trying to be something that they're not. I really do vibe with that energy, you know, because where I'm from in the DMV, everybody wants to fit in. Nobody wants to, you know, stand out. You know, I call where I'm from uptight country, because that's what it is. You have a great military presence, a federal government presence. Is there anything wrong with it? Absolutely not. But I think certain people take the culture to another level, to the point that they're so snooty and fake, and just it can become mind-boggling at times. So nothing but love and respect to Cat Williams. I'm glad that he went off and said what he said, did what he did. There was a post saying this is the I said what I said year. And I think you need to have more reality being displayed in today's world, because you've had so much fakeness for so long that it makes people not even want to trust anybody anymore, because you have so many fake people out there, whether it's in real life or whether it's on the internet. So doesn't necessarily mean that that I like you, or I have to respect you, or connect with you. I know She posted, she took a screenshot of what a guy inboxed her late. I guess this was late last night or the night before. And the post said, and I quote, "Hey, can I?" Basically asking for. I'm not going to be too explicit because I have some self-respect for myself. But basically, he was asking for if she wanted to have sex in 2 to 3 different ways. And so she takes a snapshot of the picture and says, "This is the S that I have to wake up to in the morning or whatnot." So I'm just saying to myself, well, it can be considered vulgar what he said, but at least my man was being honest with what his intentions were. Instead of him lying to your face, try to butter you up and make you think that he's something that he's not. And once he gets what he wants, then leaves you alone. And you had hope and a wing and a prayer that this individual was going to want to be in a relationship with you. So I think most reasonable women appreciate honesty, and I think most reasonable men appreciate honesty. I know I appreciate honesty. I don't like to have to dig, especially when I'm dealing with adults. I don't like to have to dig what they want out of the amount, dig it out of them, pull it out of, like it's like pulling teeth and whatnot. Some adults just don't know how to be real with it. Like if a child says they got to go to the bathroom, they got to go to the bathroom. They have to go to the bathroom. If you want something from somebody, say this is what I specifically want. Spell it out. Be real with it. Be straight up with it. And that's why Cat Williams broke the internet, because Cat Williams was keeping it real, and he's not a butt kisser. He's not the safe comedian, and that's why I respect him for that. I always respected him for that. Whether you love him or hate him, my man is not being. He's not trying to be in the safe category. He's trying to be in the realistic category. And sometimes people can't handle the truth. I was at work yesterday, and this shows you why people can't handle the truth. Can't handle the truth. So one of my coworkers was like, they said that they were talking about their significant other, and they were like, "Hey, my significant other. There's some days where my significant other just has that roll out of bed look, and it'll last for weeks on end and whatnot. But he's like, but hey, I'm nice enough." Even though I'm like, blah, what the heck am I looking at? He's like, "Oh man, well, I'm just gonna say you look beautiful and you look great and bliggity blah blah blah," being fake, but being nice all at the same time. Me personally, I'm like, yeah, if I think you look like crap, I'm just gonna keep it real and say you look like crap. But that's how I rock and roll. That's how I operate. Now I try to be more of a tactful way and things like that. I'm not gonna try to be so vulgar and crude, but it's like if you're with somebody that you're supposed to be, I don't care if you're a man or a woman. When you step out the house with your significant other, whether you're a man or a woman, you're supposed to be representing them. So you're not supposed to have this roll out of bed look that people love to have nowadays. I just rolled out of bed. I didn't take a shower. I haven't washed my face. I haven't brushed my teeth. That look is real big nowadays. But to the men that say, yeah, I'm not vibing with that energy, they're always looked at as the bad guys. And I don't think there's anything wrong. Like people try to shame men, saying that they don't date women who or want to have a relationship with a woman who has kids. I don't think you should ever shame a man for doing that, because he is being honest. A lot of women will not date men who have kids. They are being honest. The beautiful thing about Cat Williams is his honesty. But when people deliver that honesty, it's like today's forecast, we're all going to die. It's like the media, because the media spews a lot of negative nonsense, a lot of times a lot of lies, but people constantly buy into it. Like I said, I'm from the DMV area. So going to DC, 2 things have happened from an economic perspective. It's not going to hurt the city when it comes to jobs, but it will hurt the city when it comes to revenue. Because, Washington, D.C. is the hub of the federal government. Where the federal government goes, or any government agency goes, corporations go, because corporations get access to this crazy thing called contracts. Anything wrong with that? Absolutely not. It's the American way. It's a beautiful thing. So they get access to these contracts, and it helps put money into the U.S. economy. It's a beautiful thing. Boom. That's how the game goes. All right. Now, the funny thing is, so the Caps, which are the Capitals, which are the hockey team, and the Washington Wizards, which are the basketball team. Bear in mind, I don't watch sports, so I'm not going to give you any detailed information outside of the one-on-one aspects of what's happening, economic implications. All right. These teams are leaving the city of DC. Washington Wizards' new stadium is going to be in Alexandria, Virginia, which was the biggest, stupidest decision I've ever heard in my freaking life. But I digress. Of all places, they're going to put a basketball stadium in the most cluttered little bitty city outside of Washington, D.C., but it just makes perfect sense. What do I know? All right. And then the Washington Capitals are leaving D.C. Hold on. I need to look this up. Washington Capitals. Yep, there we go. All right. Both teams, the Caps hockey team will. So both of these teams are moving to Virginia, my home state. And basically they'll be sharing. It makes sense. They'll be sharing the same. So basically they'll be sharing the stadium in Alexandria, which is still a horrific place to put a sports stadium, but whatever. Like there's no. We'll talk about a little city that has no land anywhere, but I digress. But anyways, so they've talked about the violence that's been rising in DC lately. Now, I always say every major city, there's not a major city in this country. When I say major city in this country, that you cannot talk about where the crime rate is not on the rise. School systems in most major cities suck. They call it the school to prison pipeline. You still have even with all the gentrification, you still have a lot of homeless people in all major cities. I don't care if it's in Austin, Texas, Nashville, Tennessee, Memphis, Tennessee, Miami, Atlanta, LA, New York City, Newark, New Jersey, Indianapolis, Cleveland, Ohio, Chicago, Detroit, all major cities, Louisville, Kentucky, all major cities, the crime rate is risen. But most people don't look at things like that objectively. But anyways, so the crime has increased. See, me, I don't go to sporting events, so I don't care whether the Caps and the Wizards stay in DC or leave DC. But I know when a sports team leaves a city and leaves a state, that city and state loses money from a tax perspective, and then the small and big major businesses lose money all at the same time, because when those games take place, it brings a lot of revenue into the city. So that revenue will now be leaving the city. Because regardless of what you think, everything's about money. Everything. That's why I always say make money moves or live broke like a fool, because everything boils down to money, regardless who's in the White House, governor's house, and mayor's house, regardless of the party. And I say this, and I will be saying this more this year. You are an ignorant voter if you can't understand those simple principles. When you go into the voting booth, if you don't go to the voting booth saying, how's this going to benefit me from an economic standpoint? And how am I going to get access to more capital with this vote? If those questions cannot be answered by the person you're voting for, then what the hell are you voting for? Just to make yourself feel warm and fuzzy inside? Because that's where we're at. But anyways, I digress. So the city of Alexandria will get that extra revenue or whatnot. Traffic will be jiggity jacked up even more so along the I-95 corridor. And yeah. And if you live in Alexandria, life is going to suck for you even more so from a traffic perspective. And already an overpriced city and now overpriced state. If you're not familiar, the whole DMV area, Washington D.C., Virginia, Northern Virginia, and Southern Maryland, everything that's within a 2-hour radius of Washington D.C. is real estate and rents are overpriced. Now they always talk about New York and California. Well, at least California's got way more better scenery to look at compared to the DMV area. But I digress. And this is from a local who can say that. I'm not a transplant. I was born and raised here in the DMV area. All right. But because when the current mayor is trying to figure out ways to help out and see what the new Chinatown is going to be, since the Chinatown was next to all the prime real estate, and now that the Washington Capitals and the Wizards are leaving DC, it's going to hurt a lot of the businesses in the Chinatown in DC, Washington, DC area. But then another thing is, I know a lot of Chinatowns have been suffering because of old school business models and things of that nature around the whole country of all major cities. But then another thing to take into consideration is this. the mayor of DC, the mayor of New York, and a lot of other mayors have lost a lot of tax revenue, sales tax revenue. A lot of businesses have suffered because of telework. So they've worked a lot of backdoor deals to get people back to work for those. That's the only real reason why people had to go back to work, was because of money. Not because the work wasn't getting done. It's because of money. Because think about it, if you don't have to go to work, that means you're not spending money on gas and wear and tear on your vehicle. If you don't have to go to work, that means you're not paying tolls. If you don't have to go to work, you don't have to pay for parking. If you don't have to go to work, you don't have to you're not going to go buy anything from a store or a restaurant in that specific area. Everything revolves around money. But that's why I do this once a month, because like I said, today's forecast, we're all going to die, because that's what the media does. And now DC will be suffering because of that. And you already have a growing population of workers who don't want to work in major cities anymore, because they don't want to have to deal with the parking. They like a lot of people like being able to, when they go to work, to be able to drive in their car and not have to worry about paying the park, sitting an hour to 2 hours worth of traffic, paying tolls, things of that nature. These things matter. They truly do. They truly do. But that's really basically what I have to say today. It's like, I just wanted to be straight to the point. As far as the media, the news, Cat Williams was the biggest thing. And I'm not even mocking Cat Williams. I'm actually, respecting. As a matter of fact, here we go. As of January 9th, DC government changes telework policy for its office workers. DC government will limit how many days its office workers can work remotely to 1 per week beginning in March. Some DC employees, like first responders and teachers, have been working in person full time for years, but others have had the flexibility to work from home 2 days a week. And that's a problem. Why? The mayor says it's about the services that we provide to our residents, and we are a local government, and we need to be there to do that. The job is getting done. But that's what I'm saying. It's about that's the nonsense that a politician will tell you. On both parties. No, it's not about that. It's about that you need these people to come to work more so that they can spend money on your public transportation, and so that they can buy stuff in your city. So therefore, your city can collect tax revenue and the local businesses can make money. It's all about money, family. Don't let anybody tell you any different. That's why any presidential election that comes up and nobody's talking about money, they basically insulting your intelligence at this point. Presidential election, governor's race, congressional election, they're blowing smoke up your tail at this point. So, but what do I know? They're blowing smoke up your tail. And much respect to first responders, much respect to all the great government workers who do a great job of protecting city, state, and federal government. It's the politicians that get on my nerves. I got nothing but respect for the government employees and whatnot, because they're the ones that are keeping this thing going. It's politicians that get on my nerves. So, on all parties, both sides. And that's why I'm just like, this is just another way for me to mock the media, because it's like, who's buying this nonsense? I know I'm not, but what do I know? What do I know? Because then there's another, like I said, there's another article from Flex Jobs talking about top 100 companies to watch for remote jobs in 2024. As much as these organizations try to fight against it, A lot of corporations are not fighting it. They love it. It's saving them money. They don't have to lease as many buildings. That's why the faith of commercial real estate has changed tremendously. You can't combat this. There's no government that can combat this unless they make it illegal, and I don't see that happening because that's not the American way. So, because you already had a lot of corporations teleworking before the pandemic disintensified it. Because they already had the infrastructure to do it. A lot of government organizations didn't have the IT infrastructure set up in order for them to do that. But I'll just read off the companies that I know of: CBS, Robert Half International, Kforce, Pearson, Mozilla, DoorDash, U.S. Foods, Leidos, U.S. Bank. Like I said, I'm just naming out Zillow, Citizens Bank, and Harvard University. Just naming off the ones that I know, but these are the ones to look out for people to be able to work from home, man. And that's what I said, is like I was telling people yesterday, is like, you do realize how many people, how many people actually are 100% remote workers, and they live in foreign countries. A lot of times they live in third world countries. They save so much money on taxes and cost of living that they live like gods, kings and queens, if they live in Mexico, if they live in Nigeria, if they live in Puerto Rico, they live in Dominican Republic, if they live in South Africa, something to think about. Really is something to think about. But I'll end this video off with this. Number one, don't let the media allow to scare you into believing that these certain places are the worst of the worst. We're in 2024, and despite what the media is talking about now, this is what I'm going to get at. Okay, of all the crime in Washington, D.C., I'm going to do a real estate search for what property costs in Washington, D.C. So let's see what we got. This should be fun. So for a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom condo in Washington, D.C., $389,000. For a 1-bedroom, 1-bathroom condo, $225,000. All right. These are condos. For a 2-bedroom, 2-bath brownstone row house in Washington, D.C., $624,000. For a 3-bedroom, 1-bathroom brownstone, $474,000. For a 1-bedroom, 1-bathroom condo in Washington, D.C., $499,000. For a 3-bedroom, 3-bathroom in Washington, D.C., $734,000. Need I go on? So before you start judging the city about the crime rate, start judging the city on how much the houses cost and the rent costs. Same thing in New York City. Same thing in San Francisco. Same thing in Los Angeles. Same thing in Oakland. Can't say it any other way. So on that note, family, this concludes the 14th episode of today's forecast. We're all gonna die. hopefully you guys have a great night. Do the great 3 things, like, share, and subscribe. If you're a stock market investor, crypto investor, individual time account investor, we can check out WEBULL, Stash, Crypto.com, Coinbase, all those platforms. You'll be able to make some money moves. But it's interesting as you see things have changed on the channel, and they will continuously evolve, because if you don't evolve in this life, you disappear. So a lot of things I will not be doing the same this year. And this is my passion. This is for fun. Sometimes I make money off of it. Most of the times I don't. But I appreciate everybody who's contributed to this channel, from Cash Apps, PayPal, Venmos, people who have just liked, subscribed, commented. The free stuff is greatly appreciated. It's greatly appreciated. But on that note, family, I'm out. It's late and I got a long day tomorrow. Turning 41 years old tomorrow. So it's all good. In 9 years, I will be 50 years old. But I'll be blessed and fortunate and grateful to see that. So I'm out. Take care. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Larry's Anything Goes. Hopefully you're having a great day. If you've been watching Larry's Anything Goes programming, you know that we are not only providing great financial intelligence content as much as possible by interviewing other financial professionals, professionals in the travel industry, real estate industry, etc., and so forth, but we provide various services when it comes to specific products that we sell, from anything that you would actually find on Amazon or actually at Walmart, etc., and so forth. And we are actually providing specific products due to today's current crisis and whatnot, to ensure that we provide the right services and products that you need at a reasonable price when it comes to medical face masks, when it comes to hand sanitizer, and when it comes to latex gloves and things of that nature, and etc., and so forth, toilet paper, paper towels. But we have what you need. Also, family, don't forget that Larry's Anything Goes is a part of an affiliate marketing network known as Gold Standard Partners, where you have the opportunity to buy cryptocurrency and allow others to invest with you as becoming an affiliate marketing partner. And obviously, if they purchase a package with the program, you're able to make money off their package purchases and make money off of their crypto purchases and things of that nature. If you want to join, please follow the links in the description, and I'll give you a call as soon as you sign up and purchase a package, and we'll go from there. But definitely, it's all about the best way to make money moves is to have currency with one another, and to ensure that currency is always being spoken of on all levels, so it benefits everyone and not just one specific person. That's a lot of things that people forget about. So think about joining the program, and we'll be able to go from there. But if not, either way, it's always appreciated. And thank you for watching, and hopefully you guys have a great day and continuously make money moves so you don't live broke like a fool. Take care. As you can see, with our various products, we have our financial apparel, as you see, wearing There's Anything Goes t-shirt, financial intelligence is sexy, face masks, latex gloves, things of that nature, to obviously ensure the safety of you and your family all at the same time. We want to ensure that you get the best products and see the actual products that we're actually providing for you, and giving you another view of not only the shirts and the medical masks, but actually another view of actual latex gloves and the actual hand sanitizer. Because one thing we've learned throughout this unfortunate crisis is that we have to take more precautionary measures to ensure not only the safety for ourselves, but for our families. And having a great pair of hand sanitizers, latex gloves, and medical face masks will ensure that safety. And with all that being said, hopefully you guys will check out our online store. We have the various products that you see here. With a couple of clicks, especially if you're paying via PayPal, it makes life that much easier for you to purchase our various products, especially during this unfortunate situation. You see the apparel from Larry's Anything Goes. We have the medical products when it comes to hand sanitizer, latex gloves, medical face masks, and things of that nature, and various other products. So please check out Larry's Anything Goes. Support small local businesses. We greatly appreciate it, and hopefully that you have a good day.